Hello everybody, it's Matt Lane again from YouTube, and today I'm going to sort of talk to you about my new MacBook Pro, which is one of the new unibody MacBook Pros, and I'm really going to sort of go over what I think of the machine as a whole, and I'd say so far I've only really come across one problem, which it might not be for some users, but I'm supposing that people who connect a lot of USB devices. Who can't really, perhaps haven't got a USB hub, or need to do it on the move, it can be a problem. But first, I really want to go over the screen. I've seen a lot of posts on forums complaining about the screen. Where there's a lot of professionals that prefer using the matte option than the glossy screen. To be quite honest with you, I've used it in light areas. I've used it in dark areas. I've used it when the sun has been, shining over my screen, and I still, to be honest with you, yet to discover any reflection really on the screen. I think it's fantastic. It works like a charm. The colours are fantastic. Everything works together. It pops out at you, and it's fantastic. So I don't really see a problem there myself. Sorry about that. The keyboard, when I first seen the pictures, I was a bit unsure whether I liked the black keyboard really, because I thought it looked a bit weird with the design. But I love it. It is basically the same as typing on an iMac keyboard, or not the iMac keyboard, sorry, the Apple keyboard, and it's a pleasure to type on. The trackpad. When I first tried it out in the Apple Store, I wasn't too sure about the trackpad. I found it quite annoying, quite odd, and hard to use. But I've really got used to it. The four fingers for down for expose and application switcher, and things like that, and two finger tap for a secondary click. I find it really, really useful, and a lot better than my previous touchpad. And the port wise, the only problem I've got really is that, like you said, if you've seen the Apple keynote, you'll know that all the ports were actually built on one side of the computer, which is the left side. And the problem is really that the two USB slots that are on here on this MacBook Pro have got they're sort of really close together. So when you've got a mouse plugged in, you want to plug in, then you perhaps want to plug in a memory stick that's perhaps it's a little bit fatter than usual, or it's a little bit bigger. You can't get it in there because it's sort of you can't plug it in because of the other wire being in the one next to it, which I find very, very I found that quite annoying. I mean, it's lucky I've got a USB hub which I can connect up to if I want to plug a lot of external stuff in. But it's also funny when you've got mice, because some mice haven't got very long cables. Like one of my old ones hasn't got very long cables, and you'll put it round the back, and you can't really reach it properly. And sometimes my audio wire, from the speakers, won't come up and reach round to the audio end on this side. So it can be a pain, but obviously there is a lot of ways around it, and it's only really a problem if you've got you're doing a lot of things like that. But to be quite honest with you, it's not that bad. It's not something that put me off buying one. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It runs fantastic. It's fast. The second graphics card's absolutely amazing. Even the better battery life option, it's absolutely fantastic. The battery life has been really good as well. A lot of people have been moaning about the battery life, and I've no problem with it whatsoever. LED backlighting as good as the last generation. The loading drive. I don't think it's as loud as the previous MacBook Pro. I think it's quite a quiet loading, but really good. I'm really happy with it so far, and I recommend it to anybody who's buying a new computer, preferably a Mac. So that's my little video, just telling you a little bit about it, and I hope it helps you when you're going to purchase your Mac. OS 10.